Put your hands up! Put your hands up! Nice, 62 Central, shots fired, shots fired.
This video was done in collaboration with our friends at Witness the Badge, but please head over to their channel and subscribe. Alright, so today we're breaking down an incident out of Las Cruces, New Mexico that really shows what happens when training meets chaos. An off-duty Border Patrol agent walks into something nobody expects. Split-second decisions, armed suspects, and the kind of pressure that separates good training from everything else. If you love exploring body cam footage just like me, then hit that subscribe button.
Direction of travel was, I believe, southbound on Tribby, headed towards the Coles from Lowe's on Tribby.
4 units authorized and 2 K9 units authorized.
Copy, coming to Tribby. Turn south on Joshua.
962 Central, 44.
Copy, 44.
Hello, who called us?
Let me get my manager, okay?
What's your 2962?
Just as Bruce and Tell Shore.
Copy, Spruce and Trout Shore.
Hello. Hey, are you the manager?
Yes, sir. I'm the manager here.
Were you the witness, or do you know what happened?
Yeah, I was a witness. I have a federal agent right here, too.
Okay.
What way you facing? The vehicle continues.
It's in front of Dick's and Tell Shore.
Copy, vehicles in front of Dick's on Tell Shore. Still going south.
Okay, we have a pursuit going on with the vehicle. What did they pull a gun on you guys?
I already did fire everything. Put the gun out right here.
Okay, did you want to pursue charges? Okay, because I need a definite, because we are chasing that vehicle right now.
Yes,
Okay, so I need to make sure that we're good.
He's on the wrong side of traffic in front of Cane's.
Copy, wrong way traffic in front of Cane's.
Now he's by the parking lot of Red Lobster. Nacho southbound.
Copy, Nacho southbound.
We pulled the gun out right here, and we pulled it back out again out there when I was following them to get the license plate.
You all felt threatened by this? I assume, I know this sounds stupid, but I have to confirm legal reasons that you felt threatened by this, right? You did feel threatened by this?
Oh yes, he pulled it out both times over there and here.
The Lowe's employees did feel threatened by it, and they do want to pursue.
Sorry for units on the Lowe's. The Lowe's employees did feel threatened by it, and they do want to pursue.
He's gonna be in the parking lot of Hooters going back onto Tell Shore. Nacho.
Copy, parking lot of Hooters headed back to Tell Shore for Nacho.
Yeah, we're on a pursuit with it right now. So, how you doing, Plutus?
Who had the gun pointed at him?
Well, when he got here, we see your feet were right there. He went like this and pulled the gun out, and then he put it in. He went out there, and then the officer went out too, and pulled the gun out him too.
Okay, so the officer in the black shirt?
Yes, sir.
He's a federal agent.
He's Border Patrol agent.
Okay. I'm going to start this. Do you have an ID with you, sir?
Yes, sir.
And how many people were there?
Two guys.
2 guys?
And then they got in there, put it here. We even helped them put it in the car. Got them to pay for it.
Yeah.
They go over there, start walking this way, and they walk this way.
So you thought these masks were due to COVID, correct?
Yes.
Okay. All right.
Nacho and Tell Shore, or correction, Foothills and Tell Shore.
What all do you know about what happened?
I was here at the front. I was just looking for some drinks. I had made a purchase but my kids wanted a drink, so
Okay.
here I am. And then I'm a U.S. Border Patrol agent out of Deming. I came back in. These guys kind of bumped into me, like right there at the registers while I was looking for drinks.
Okay.
And they were both masked up all the way to their face with hats. Thought it was kind of weird, and I kind of figured as soon as I looked at them back and I turned around, I figured these guys are gonna run. But then these guys confronted them at the front, like 3 or 4 of them, and he pulled out a gun. And then he looked at me and he pulled out the gun. I followed him to get the vehicle description.
Okay.
And then I noticed that they came in back through the back. I was the one that got the vehicle description with the hood, the black hood, the Tahoe.
Okay.
And then I noticed that their license plate was covered with a plastic bag. And then they took off this way.
And what were you saying about Border Patrol?
I'm a Border Patrol
Okay,
agent.
okay, you're the, all right.
Hit the vehicle as soon as it turns its next turn.
Put your hands up! Put your hands up! Put your hands up!
So right off the bat, what we're seeing here is the textbook situational awareness from this agent. He's off duty. He's in a Lowe's just trying to grab something with his kid, and he picks up on behavioral cues that most civilians would miss entirely. Two guys masked up all the way to their face with hats on. In a retail store, that's not normal. And his training kicked in before he even consciously processed it. That's the OODA loop at work. Observe, orient, decide, act. He observed the anomaly and immediately started orienting to what it could mean. Now here's what I want you to understand about off-duty protocols. Border Patrol agents, like all federal law enforcement, are trained to gather intelligence first. He didn't confront these guys. He didn't escalate. He followed at a safe distance and got the vehicle description. Got the fact that they had a plastic bag covering the license plate. That's criminal tradecraft right there, and he recognized it. What makes this footage valuable is you're hearing him give his statement like a trained witness. Plate concealment, direction of travel, suspect descriptions. He's feeding dispatch exactly what they need for the pursuit that's about to unfold. This incident from July 2022 ended up becoming a federal case. Both suspects, Miles Luciano and Joshua Lopez, caught federal charges. Luciano got 46 months after pulling that gun on store employees and on this agent. The reason that case went federal, because the agent's observations and immediate reporting created an airtight chain of evidence from the very first moment.
Put your hands up! Shot 62 Central, shots fired, shots fired. Hands up! Hands up! Hands up! Hands up! Get out of the window now! Get out of the window! Step out of the car! Get out of the window now! Get out of the window! Keep your hands up! Get out! Right now! Get online, Brown. Get online.
Shots fired, shots fired. Show me your hands! Hold on, hold on! Guys, hold on!
Who else is in the car with you?
I'm in the sleep.
He's got a seatbelt on. Use your right hand and take off the seatbelt. He's stuck with the seatbelt. Secure him. Hey, secure him. He has the seatbelt stuck.
Show me your hands! Show me your hands! Put your hands behind your back! 863 Central. We have shots fired, drivers down. Stay down! Show me your hands!
Stay on the floor.
We're trying to get the passenger out of the vehicle. He's stuck. Everybody slow down. Get a unit up here to cover inside the Wing Daddy's parking lot. Lay down!
Get on your stomach. Get on your stomach. Figure it out. Figure it out. Which one you want first? He's got a seatbelt.
If he's not pulling out, shut the door. Don't get out of the car.
Hurry up and get out of the car now. Get over here. Crawl over to us now.
One voice.
Crawl to me. Crawl to me. Hey, let's go. I got cover.
I have cover. I have contact.
You guys, off the vehicle.
I'm on you. Vehicle's clear.
Moving. Hey, if you reach on this, shoot. Contact. Roll over.
My left arm is broken. It's broken. Ow, ow, it's broken.
Should we get the driver to take?
Roll him over. He's clear on the back. Take pictures. Stop talking. Stop talking. I have asthma. Okay. Just breathe for me. What's your name? Josh. Josh, just breathe for me, okay? We don't need a chest here. We need gauze.
Hey, I got my medkit.
My inhaler. I got some. I got gauze. He's cutting it open. I got gauze. I got gauze right here.
My neck right there.
I got it right here, buddy. All right, this is gonna hurt, okay? All right, hold on. Move this gauze for me real quick. Move that gauze.
Here.
Move it.
Let fire take over. Hey.
Let fire take over.
See you. Nothing on this side. Clear on this side.
You ready to pick him up? We're gonna throw him on green. Yeah. Good. Gunshot in the chest. You got laceration in your back. Yeah, laceration in your back.
He's on the floorboard driver's side.
0215.
What's up?
Okay, hold up.
David's info?
Yeah. He's the one that's hit, right?
David's hit?
David Aguilar.
They gotta take him to a
Oh,
they're taking him to a hospital in London.
Okay.
I don't know. I thought it was Josh Lopez that got hit.
Josh Lopez?
Yeah. Let me double check, but I'm pretty sure it's Josh. Hey, that's Josh Lopez, right?
Yes.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's Josh Lopez.
And this is where the situation shifts completely. What you're watching now is the aftermath of a pursuit that went from retail theft to a full-blown multi-agency response in minutes. Look at the coordination happening in this frame. You've got officers calling for gauze, med kits, immediate trauma care. This is what training looks like under pressure. Nobody's panicking. They're cycling through their medical protocols while simultaneously maintaining scene security. That's not easy to do when adrenaline is spiking. Now here's what the footage doesn't tell you. Joshua Lopez, the suspect receiving treatment here. He and Luciano led LCPD on a high-speed chase after fleeing that Lowe's parking lot. The pursuit required real-time OODA loop execution from every officer involved. They're observing traffic patterns and orienting to escape routes while deciding on containment strategies and acting on vehicle positioning, all happening simultaneously across multiple units. What I want you to notice is how quickly fire and EMS integration happens. You hear that call out, let fire take over. That's proper incident command structure. Officers secure the scene and provide immediate care, but they know when to hand off to medical professionals. The D-discipline here is remarkable. These officers just concluded a dangerous pursuit with armed suspects, and their immediate priority is preserving life. Even the life of someone who pointed what appeared to be a firearm at civilians and law enforcement hours earlier. This is the part of policing that rarely makes headlines. The professionalism after the chaos. The training that kicks in when everything's moving fast.
How can we help you?
What kind of vehicle is involved?
Are you looking for a vehicle? Or?
Well, because my son's on the run, and I'm not sure if it's him.
Okay. What kind of vehicle are you looking for?
Tahoe, maroon Tahoe.
Okay. What's your son's name?
Joshua Lopez.
37?
Where are you parked at?
Way over there.
Okay. Let's head down to my car and I'll talk to you, okay?
Wait on the other side of those cop cars over there, okay?
I'll come.
We'll keep you updated.
I'll come talk to you and we'll keep you updated, okay?
Is it that red SUV?
Yes. Let's go this way.
Is he okay?
He's at the hospital. Let's go this way. Come on. What do you mean he's on? What do you mean he's on the run?
No.
He's alive. Okay. He's alive. Hey, we have to keep going. Come on. You need to stay here. We need to go this way. We're not going to let you in right now.
Oh, God. Jeez.
Let's go this way so I can talk to you and see what's going
Did
on.
he get shot?
I can't tell you any details about what happened.
Oh, my God.
It's an active investigation, so I can't tell you any details.
Oh, my God.
Come on.
What do you mean he's on the run? Like he's...
Yeah, they were looking for him.
Let's keep going,
at
keep
my
walking while we talk.
house.
We can't be in the scene like this.
Oh my God.
Like, you're a missing person, or?
No, no, I'm not missing a person. My son has been on the run. I have been trying to help you guys.
On the run,
to
like...
turn himself in.
Okay. So he had a warrant?
Yeah, he has warrants.
What were they for, do you know?
To what they told me for shoplifting.
Okay.
Please just tell us what hospital you took him to.
My brother that got shot. We'll get a supervisor to talk to you guys. We can't release anything right now, okay?
Where did you guys come from right now? Or where are you parked at?
We're just sitting there.
You're up there? Okay.
I just need to know something.
What's your relationship with all this?
It's his brother-in-law.
Okay.
His mom is up there just falling apart.
We understand. I already spoke with her. I made her aware of everything too.
I know, but she needs to know where he's at.
Okay. Well, either way, if we do tell you, you can't go over there. He's under arrest, so no one's gonna be able to see him.
It's okay. She just needs to know if he's alive or not.
Well, he's at the hospital, so.
Yeah, but that doesn't tell us if he's alive.
I can't tell you details right now because it's literally just happened. It's just an investigation. It's not because I'm trying to be rude. It's just what I have to do. Are you parked next to her? I know where she's parked.
Yeah, we're still there.
Okay. I'll get somebody up there as soon as I can. They're taking care of this, and then I'll make sure they know you're there, okay?
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Now this right here is the part that doesn't get talked about enough. The human element on the other side of these incidents. You just watched an officer navigate one of the most difficult conversations in policing. A mother approaching a crime scene, desperate to know if her son is alive. And look at how that officer handled it. He's firm but compassionate. He can't disclose details of an active investigation, but he's not. He's not cold about it. He confirms the suspect is alive and at the hospital. That's the balance. Here's what I want you to understand about perception versus reality. To an outside observer, this might look like officers being evasive or unhelpful. But there's a reason for every boundary that officer maintained. Use of force investigations require strict information control. Anything disclosed prematurely can compromise witness statements, taint evidence, or create legal complications down the line. The use of force continuum we've been discussing, it doesn't just apply to physical confrontations. It applies to scene management and information control too. Officers are trained to match their response to the situation. That mother needed reassurance her son was breathing. She got that. But she couldn't access active scene details, and the officer held that line professionally. What strikes me is the discipline required here. These officers just concluded a pursuit involving armed robbery suspects. One suspect is hospitalized, and now they're managing family notifications while maintaining investigative integrity. This is multi-layered pressure that training prepares you for, but experience teaches you to execute. The compassion shown here, that's not weakness. That's the professional policing.
Some stuff went down. I'm sure that was pretty crazy for you. And we want to talk to you about it, okay? You're in handcuffs in a police car right now, so I'm not charging you with a crime. I'm trying to figure out what happened here. Can you just tell me what happened, starting at the Lowe's?
I don't even know what happened. I just know we crashed, and I was in...
That was it? You guys came from the Lowe's. You were pushing on an air conditioner, right?
I don't know what we were doing.
You don't remember? You know they got cameras at Lowe's, right? Like, again, it's just a shoplifting. I don't care about a shoplifting. Like, we had gunshots being fired here. But
I don't give a f about the gunshots.
Okay.
Hey, dude, we're just trying to, like I said, we're trying to figure out what happened here, dude.
Like, your mind's not thinking. You don't think about shooting.
I know, man.
You're trying to get away. Then when they start shooting at us, we're not going to sit there and get shot at. We're going to try to get the f out of the way.
I guess
straight up. And all these motherfuckers started shooting at us.
Okay.
But just to confirm your miles Luciano on this? Yeah.
All right, so let's bring this all together. What you just heard was a suspect in the back of a patrol car trying to minimize and deflect. And look, I get it from his perspective. He's sitting in handcuffs, and his instinct is self-preservation. But that officer's response is exactly what the training produces. He's not getting emotional. He's not taking the bait when the suspect tries to reframe everything as they shot at us first. The officer stays focused on building a statement. That's investigative discipline right there. But here's the bigger picture I want to leave you with. This entire incident, from the Lowe's parking lot to that patrol car conversation, represents something the public rarely gets to see in full context. You had an off-duty federal agent whose training kicked in before he even consciously processed what he was seeing. You had local patrol units execute a coordinated pursuit with armed suspects. You had officers render medical aid to someone who had just pointed what appeared to be a firearm at them. And then you had professional scene management that included compassionate family notification while maintaining investigative integrity. That's not one officer doing one thing right. That's an entire system functioning as designed. I want to address something directly. When these incidents go viral, what usually gets shared is the 30-second clip, the dramatic moment, the use of force frozen in time without context. And I understand why that happens. Drama gets attention. But what you watched today was the full picture, the observation that started this, the tactical decisions during pursuit, the immediate shift to life-saving measures, the scene management, the family communication, and finally, the suspect interview. This is what the training looks like when it's executed properly across multiple agencies and multiple phases of an incident. Now, does this mean every officer gets it right every time? No, and I've never claimed that. Bad officers exist, and when they fail to meet the standard, they should be held accountable. But what this case demonstrates is that the system, the academy training, the field training, the standard operating procedures, when followed, produces outcomes like this one. Armed robbery, suspects apprehended, no officers injured. Suspect received medical care, evidence preserved for federal prosecution. Miles Luciano got 46 months in federal prison. Joshua Lopez faced federal charges. That's the result of doing the job correctly. So when you see the next viral clip and the comments are full of people who've never reviewed a use of force report in their lives, I want you to remember what you learned today. Remember the OODA loop. Remember the use of force continuum. Remember that what looks like chaos to untrained eyes often has structure and purpose built into every decision. The gap between perception and reality is where most controversy lives, and my job here is to help close that gap. Not to tell you officers are always right, but to give you the framework to evaluate what you're actually seeing. That's it for this one. Stay informed out there.